Oy, alright. Click that link in the description and follow that profile in Games Grabber if you want your food back. Or else you'll starve? My God.
Where have the Pop-Tarts gone? Tune in next week for a brand new episode. Same Bandy time, same Bandy channel.
Nathaniel Bandy. Striving for originality. So why is this top 10 being remade? Well, first off, the old one is very outdated and had bad guidelines. This time around, I won't be counting any invincibility items, and I'm only looking at the main Mario titles, just to keep that clear. Also, Nintendo Content ID claimed my first version. Oh boys, I'm up for round 2. Without further ado, let's go.
Number 10.
And here we have one of the newest power-ups out there. It's exclusive to Super Mario Maker. The Shellmet is a helmet you can put on using a Buzzy Beetle or a spiny shell. Now yes, it looks absolutely adorable, but it's useful too. The Shellmet will save Mario from any spike traps that try to land on his head, like say a thwomp. You can even knock out enemies instantly by just smacking them with your Shellmet. What's great is that if you're small Mario and you need to break through blocks, normally you need to be Big Mario to do so, but the Shellmet can assist you with that dilemma. What does kind of suck though is that it can break question blocks, which has a small chance of giving you a better power-up. Now I say small chance because it seems like everyone in Super Mario Maker likes to fill question blocks with powerful enemies instead. I no longer trust question blocks thanks to you guys. Give yourselves a pat on the back. You must be the most proud trolls in the world.
Number 9.
It's a classic. It's been around since the beginning, the good old Fire Flower. The idea is simple. You shoot fireballs at enemies and it knocks them right out. The thing is, you can only shoot 2 fireballs at a time, so you don't want to just spam them like crazy. Unless of course you're shooting fireballs at a wall just for fun. Then you can spam them for the lols. This power-up is pretty useful for small enemies and even some of the big ones too. I've always found it really satisfying performing a run jump, spitting out a fireball and knocking a Goomba right in the face directly. It just feels good, man. Even the fireball sound effect is really edgy.
Number 8.
You know, Super Mario Bros. 3 came up with the most random items possible. One of those happens to be called the Goomba Shoe. Basically, you need to knock a Goomba out of this big green shoe, and then Mario can hop in and run around with it. It looks absolutely hilarious, but it's actually quite useful. Of course you can squish enemies like normal, but the coolest feature is being able to walk across munchers. These nasty plants are completely invincible and are one of the toughest enemies in the Mario franchise. The Goomba Shoe though, it allows you to walk right over them. You can also walk over spinies and even other enemies. I especially love the stiletto version in Super Mario Maker. It's crazy how this power-up has only been in these 2 games. It's so awesome.
Number 7.
No, you look so adorable in that penguin suit, Mario. This is a very versatile power-up because it's a combination of 3 other existing ones. First off, you can throw ice balls like you can with the Ice Flower. Second, you can slide across the ground like the blue shell in New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. And third, your swimming ability improves drastically like the frog suit. Now, like I said, this suit is adorable too. There's really only one other power-up that makes our plumbers look cuter, but we'll get to that later. It's a shame that the penguin suit is only in a couple games. It would have been a blast to use this in, say, Super Mario 3D World and even Super Mario Maker. Speaking of Mario Maker, when are you gonna give us more power-ups? Sakurai, please? Sakurai. You know, this power-up kind of reminds me of that Wii Fit game penguin slide for some reason. I wonder why Nintendo chose penguins out of anything though. Are they trying to tell us that penguins are going extinct due to climate change, so their strategy is to make little kids fall in love with the suit and therefore fall in love with real penguins, which will convince those people to become environmentally friendly? That's totally what they're up to. Yeah.
Number 6.
And here we have one of the most overpowered Mario Galaxy power-ups. The Cloud Flower's premise is simple. Shake the Wiimote and a cloud will appear underneath you. You can do this up to 3 times or if you collect another one. This thing is a lifesaver in this game and made for some really creative levels. On top of that, Your jump and long jump are improved upon and it makes Mario feel all floaty. I really enjoy Cloudy Court Galaxy because you have to use the clouds in conjunction with the wind. And you can't forget about the hardest star, the Perfect Run. That mission is so much harder without the Cloud Flower. And I mean, just look at him in this picture. He grows a thick, white, cloudy beard. That's just epic, man. Growing a freaking beard. Too bad it wasn't like that in the actual game, huh?
Number 5.
Meow. Here, kitty kitty. Oh, wait, that's Peach in a cat costume. This power-up came out of the blue, but is surprisingly one of the best and most creative ones ever since the Tanuki suit. The Super Bell allows you to do a few different things. The coolest feature is being able to climb up walls. You can even climb up flagpoles. This leads to some really creative gameplay elements where you need to jump from wall to wall and whatnot. You can also swipe your paws forward for an attack, and if you're in the air, you can do a lunge swipe attack. Now, with the Lucky Bell, you can of course transform into a statue by ground pounding, but I've never really found it all that useful, so that's why I'm picking the Super Bell instead. That may be a dumb reason, but it's my list, and I can pick whatever I want. So, haha!
Number 4.
In my older list, I was being an idiot and put the wing cap / red star on there just because I like the flying. Well, the Propeller Mushroom not only allows you to fly temporarily, but it's useful. When in the air, pushing down allows you to drill yourself towards the ground, knocking out any blocks or enemies in your path. I usually use this power-up as a second jump just in case I miscalculate my first jump and I'm heading down a pit or something. What's funny about this mushroom is that it actually flies around in the air once you punch it out of a question block. You have to jump towards it. If you aren't fast enough, the mushroom will fly into the sky and be gone for forever.
Number 3.
And here we have another classic power-up, the Cape Feather. This thing is amazing, and you can do so much with it. When you're in the air, you can hover with the cape to slow your descent. You can also attack enemies by spinning your cape around like it's a killer chainsaw. The best part, of course, is the flying. All you have to do is gain speed, and then boom! You are good, my man. You do move up and down a lot, so you have to be careful, but the cape's use is incredibly practical. This is the power-up that I've used the least simply because I've played very little Super Mario World, but I've been using this thing a lot in Super Mario Maker, and while it doesn't work exactly the same, it showed me how great it really is. It's a shame that we haven't seen it in more games. I mean, Mario uses his cape as an attack in Super Smash Bros. It's as iconic as the Fire Flower is.
Number 2.
Squirrel Mario in New Super Mario Bros. U is pretty much the only new and cool thing about that game, and it's a decent power-up. What's even better though is the P Acorn. With this, you can fly as long as you want to until you get hit by something, of course. Now you might be wondering, why isn't the Cape Feather in this spot? Well, the P Acorn is much easier to control in my opinion, despite not being quite as multifaceted. There's really not much else to say about this one, but hey, that defines the New Super Mario Bros. Series. I know, I'm firing a lot of shots at you, Nintendo. Love you guys, just, now, look, remember, we aren't including any invincibility power-ups on this list, so besides that, what could number 1 be? Let's find out, shall we? And now, the number 1 power-up is... How could it not be anything else besides the Pwing? This thing is so godly and powerful. If you don't feel like playing a level in Mario 3, pop on the Pwing and boom. All you have to do is press the jump button and move forward and you won't get hit by anything. Unless the level isn't open, you know, where you can see the sky, then maybe you shouldn't use this power-up to begin with. But yeah, you can hit people with your tail, it's incredibly easy to control your flight, it's without a doubt the best Mario power-up of all time. The only thing that could make it better is if Mario could throw fireballs at the same time. Now, that would be a bit ridiculous, but yeah, my top 5 worst Mario power-up / Smash Bros. Items list explains what I think the worst power-ups are, plus maybe you'll enjoy my top 10 on the coolest Mario enemies. Feel free to like this video, that'd be pretty rad, and tell me what you think the best Mario power-ups are and why. Hop on the Bandy wagon and follow my Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Tumblr. Thank you so much for watching, it means so much to me. I'll speak with you soon, hope you have a great day everyone.